Rafael Nadal is entering the twilight stage of his incredible career. It is impossible to argue against his greatness. Nadal leads what is called the Big Four of tennis. He holds the men's record for Grand Slams with 22. Count it, 22 times Raf has been champion. I can't even get a 22-day streak in Duolingo. But now, as we enter a new era with Roger Federer's retirement, Nadal is 36 years of age. Novak Djokovic is 35. Andy Murray, too, is 35, if you were wondering. The days of their extreme athleticism, their dangerous grace, and power appear to be in the rear view. But that hasn't stopped Rafael Nadal from dropping a brutal reality check on the new generation of tennis superstars. And you know what? He's probably right. Kids are so coddled these days. Leave it up to Uncle Raf to drop a bomb on their fragile heads. Nadal leaned his head into the dark room, the candlelight sent shadows along the walls, and Nadal whispered, "There won't be a pair of players who reach 20-plus majors like he did with 22, like Federer did with 20, and like Djokovic has done with 21. And Djokovic isn't slowing down, yet." But Father Time comes for everyone. Ask Michael Jordan and Tom Brady. Apparently, Father Time is still looking for LeBron James's address. It may be a bit early for such prognostications, but if anyone knows what it takes, it's Rafael Nadal. In 2022, teen sensation and the current world number 1, Carlos Alcaraz, dominated his way to a US Open win, defeating Casper Ruud in the final. Ruud lost the 2022 French Open to, drumroll please, wait for it, you know who it is? Is the anticipation too much? He lost to Rafael Nadal, duh! Famed Australian bad boy Nick Kyrgios and Daniil Medvedev were the two players who lost the other two Grand Slam finals. Federer is gone. That seems weird enough. Federer was a staple at every Grand Slam, a beloved champion, bringer of rain to those with chapped lips, a hero for all. But he's gone. And now there are new names, young, talented rising stars, claiming big tournaments, and some in upset fashion. With all these changes, what is in store for the future of tennis? Australia's Alex Minar has thoughts. He thinks there is a very interesting kind of era coming up. In fact, he thinks it has already started. Quote, "If you look back at the last year, the results will show that. I think it's already started." Did you see that? He said the name of the movie in the movie. The Australian is very excited for the future of the game. And how could you blame him? It is the game he loves, and this is his generation taking control. Every previous generation thinks they are untouchable. But this time, Raf may be right. Winning more than 20 Grand Slams seems like a tremendous ask, and Nadal did his best to be polite when asked about the next generation. He was full of praise for the young talents, but he was blunt on the topic of any of them ever matching his incredible stats with Djokovic and Federer. Let's set the stage again. A dark barroom, a cold wind blows outside, a meager candle is lit on the tabletop. Nadal leans forward. "I can't predict the future. Some of the young new players are very good. Carlos Alcaraz has one Grand Slam win. Nadal isn't convinced yet. If we start talking about achieving 22 Grand Slam wins, it's a big deal." Rafael Nadal consented that technically it can happen, but he reminds the hopefuls that it has never happened before. And to happen in back-to-back generations of players seems unlikely. He tried to bring the temperature of the room back up. They are super good. They're going to have amazing careers. They're going to win slams. But for two of them to win 20 or more Grand Slams, he is convinced there is no way two of them can do it. Win 20 or more Grand Slams. He thinks that since three players from his era, Federer, Djokovic, and Nadal himself, won 20 each, that perhaps we are losing some perspective on just how difficult it is actually. If it is to be done, how? Nadal is 36 years old. He just won the French Open in 2022, and now it feels like he's being cast aside to make room for the kids rising up. He knows what it takes. You need to have a very long career if you have any chance of winning a lot of Grand Slams. What can get in the way of a tremendous career? Well, let's be blunt. There are a plethora of things that can deter a long career. Life circumstances can change at any moment. Injuries are always a threat to any athlete, not to mention the pressure. The pressure on great athletes is something we cannot fathom. Playing through it and winning for years on end, it's not easy. These young players have all the potential in the world, but it's a long road between potential and greatness. Raf is just being honest. To put all this pressure on these young players' shoulders, when in reality they haven't proven anything yet, it seems unfair. Shouldn't we appreciate what is in front of us? Rafael Nadal is still playing, and he won't have many more chances to win a Grand Slam in the future, unlike Novak Djokovic.
It's something that was inevitable to happen, after the 15 years of domination of Nadal, Federer, myself, Murray, Wawrinka and Del Potro, these guys who've been leading the game. And then, of course, you're going to have a next generation. And then many people are concerned whether the game is in good hands, whether, people are going to continue watching after the golden era, so to say. But
the duo have been completely dominating tennis for the last decade. They have 43 Grand Slams between them. Two guys, 43 Grand Slams. Good grief.
As difficult as it looks for all these records that we made to be broken, I think it's always possible. It's always possible. And Alcaraz definitely looks like somebody who has intention to dominate the game in the years to come.
However, Rafael Nadal is showing signs that the end is coming. He has been dealing with injuries, and they are definitely slowing him down. The race is on at the Australian Open. If Djokovic wins, he ties Nadal with 22 Grand Slams. Many people in the tennis world believe that if Djokovic ties Nadal, Djokovic may pass him. But the likeliness of Nadal winning 2 more Grand Slams seems to be much lower than Djokovic winning a couple more. There are critics who think that the Spaniard is losing confidence. He is losing matches, and that can have a major effect on a tennis player. He may start questioning himself. What is on the line? History is on the line. Nadal leads all players in history with 22 Grand Slam victories. And nipping at his heels is the unstoppable Novak Djokovic. The Serbian is coming for him, and he isn't slowing down. It's like the Terminator. Former #1 player Mats Wilander shared his thoughts. Nadal needs to win early and get his momentum. After the Australian Open is his favorite tournament, but Djokovic is trending up. If he wins, that is 22. He will be locked up with Nadal. Wilander thinks it is much more important for Rafa to win, because he may not get the chance that Djokovic will get in the next couple of years. He believes Djokovic can still win maybe 6 or 7 majors, but with injuries lurking for Nadal, he may only be able to win 1 or 2, and that is a maybe. It kind of brings it full circle, doesn't it? All of that hype about the young players, unproven, coming for the 22 Grand Slams? Ask Nadal how it feels to play through the agony of a long career as the best. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We hope you enjoyed the video as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. We will be back soon with more content to entertain you. In the meantime, please hit that like and subscribe buttons, show us some love, and we'll see you soon. Take care.